Welcome back, dear listener, and thank you for joining us once again. Your presence here is more than just watching a video. It's a commitment to your own growth, your own awareness, and your journey into the present moment. This second part of The Power of Now dives even deeper, exploring lessons that can change how you experience life every single day. We are grateful for your time, your focus, and your willingness to step into awareness with us. Get ready to uncover insights that are not just ideas, but invitations. Invitations to truly live in the now, to release what no longer serves you, and to connect with the peace that has always been waiting inside. Chapter 2, Consciousness, the Way Out of Pain.
Pain is inevitable. Every human being experiences it, yet most of us resist it, fight it, and try to escape it. We think that life should be free of suffering, that happiness must come without effort. But the truth is deeper. Suffering arises from our identification with the mind, and freedom begins the moment we notice it. The body carries pain long after the mind has stopped paying attention. Emotional pain, old trauma, unresolved conflict, these are stored in the body as tension, as tightness, as heaviness. Most people ignore it, distracting themselves with endless thinking, with work, with entertainment, with relationships. But no distraction can truly dissolve pain. Only awareness can. Awareness is the key. When you bring attention to the present moment, fully and without judgment, pain loses its grip. It is not annihilated. It simply loses the added layers of mental narrative that make it unbearable. Think of pain as a raw ingredient, like a bitter herb. When handled with presence, it can be transformed into clarity, into insight, into freedom. Most of us live as though pain is the enemy. We try to push it away, to avoid it at all costs. But resistance creates suffering on top of suffering. When we accept pain as part of life, without labeling it as good or bad, it becomes a doorway. Through pain, you begin to awaken. Through pain, you realize that you are not your mind, and you are not your story. Notice how often you relive old hurts. Perhaps you think, if only that had not happened, my life would be different. Or, I cannot forgive because it is too painful. These thoughts perpetuate the cycle of suffering. Yet in the present moment, none of that is true. The events of the past exist only as thought. The body may feel remnants, yes, but awareness can witness those sensations without adding judgment. Breathing into pain is one of the simplest, yet most profound practices. When an ache arises, physical or emotional, do not resist. Breathe consciously, observing sensations as they are. Do not try to change them. Do not try to escape. Simply feel. Feel fully. Allow the body and mind to release tension naturally. Awareness does the work. Effort only blocks it. Conscious presence also reveals the patterns of resistance. We do not just avoid pain consciously. We unconsciously create situations that reinforce old suffering. Relationships, habits, jobs, and thought patterns often recreate the very pain we wish to escape. The mind is clever. It seeks familiarity, even if it is uncomfortable. Only awareness breaks this cycle. Another aspect of suffering is emotional attachment. We cling to people, to outcomes, to identities, to possessions. Attachment feels like survival, like life itself depends on it. But attachment is an illusion. When you experience the depth of presence, you see clearly. All things pass. Life flows. People come and go. Moments arise and fade. Yet the awareness in which all of this unfolds remains. It is eternal, unshaken, and free. Through conscious presence, a paradox arises. The more fully you allow pain, the more deeply joy becomes accessible. By no longer resisting the current of life, you discover that suffering and bliss are not opposites. They are part of the same stream, the same flow of existence. When the mind stops labeling, judging, and resisting, both pain and pleasure are experienced as life itself, pure and unfiltered. Many people confuse awareness with detachment, but this is a misunderstanding. True presence is not indifference. It is fully engaging with life, fully feeling, fully conscious, without being dominated by thought. You are not removed from the world. You are fully in it, yet untouched by mental tyranny. Presence allows you to act with clarity, compassion, and power. Old pain, when met with awareness, transforms. Fear gives way to courage. Anger softens into understanding. Sadness opens into compassion. The body, once burdened, begins to release tension. You notice a lightness that was previously unimaginable. This is not magic. It is the natural effect of living fully in the now, free from the compulsive grip of thought. Awareness also reveals the subtle ways the mind perpetuates suffering. Consider the mind's constant commentary. I am not enough. They do not love me. Life is unfair. Thoughts like these arise automatically, reinforcing pain. By simply noticing, without judgment or belief, these thoughts lose their power. You are no longer trapped in them. You are the witness, the awareness, the freedom that observes. Spiritual teachers across centuries have emphasized the same principle. Surrender to presence. Not surrender in a weak sense, but surrender to what is, fully and without resistance. Resistance is the mind's attempt to control life, to impose its narrative. Surrender is the recognition that life is already perfect in its unfolding, even when it appears painful. Through this surrender, peace arises naturally, not as a distant goal, but as an ever-present reality. In daily life, practice presence in small moments. Washing your hands, walking to the store, listening to the wind, or feeling the warmth of the sun, each can become an entry into awareness. Each act of conscious attention is a step away from suffering, a step toward freedom. These moments accumulate. They become a new way of being. Understand this. Suffering is not a punishment. Life is not conspiring against you. Pain is a teacher, if you allow it to be. It shows you where you are attached, where you resist, where you are identified with thought. Through observing pain without judgment, without adding story, you step into freedom. You realize the essential truth. You are not your mind, and you are not your suffering. You are the awareness in which both appear and disappear. This chapter is a call to embrace awareness, to see pain as it is, to release resistance, to step out of identification with thought. Every moment you do so, you touch the eternal presence within. You discover that life is not something to endure, but something to be fully experienced in every heartbeat, in every breath, in every glance. This is the way out of pain. This is the doorway to freedom.
Chapter 3, Moving Deeply into the Now.
The moment you truly enter the now, you discover something profound. Time is an illusion. Not in the sense that clocks and calendars do not exist, but in the sense that the past and future are constructs of the mind. Only the present exists. Every thought about what was or what will be is an abstraction, a mental projection. Reality unfolds only in the now. Most people live trapped in past regrets or future anxieties. They tell themselves stories. I should have done this. I must prepare for that. I am not ready yet. But each of these thoughts keeps them from experiencing life as it actually is. The mind creates layers of distraction that obscure the present. The now is always available, yet rarely recognized. Awareness of the present is a portal to liberation. When you focus on what is rather than what you think should be, a deep calm emerges. You notice sensations in your body, sounds in the environment, the rhythm of your breath. In these moments, you are fully alive, free from the compulsive narratives of the mind. Movement into the now does not require effort. It is not a struggle. You do not push or fight. You simply notice. Acknowledge thoughts without following them. Observe emotions without being swept away. Pay attention to sensations without labeling them. In this simple noticing, presence grows naturally. The ego resists this shift. It thrives on identification, on constant mental activity. As you enter the now more fully, the ego may create distractions, fears, doubts, arguments in your head. This is a natural reaction. Do not judge it. Recognize it as the ego's attempt to maintain control. With each observation, you strengthen your awareness and diminish its influence. Even small moments matter. Feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, listening to a bird's song, or tasting food with full attention, these are gateways to the present. The mind often dismisses them as ordinary, but in presence, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Every moment is complete in itself, whole and sufficient. Pain, too, can be transformed by presence. When you feel emotional or physical suffering, do not resist. Observe it fully, breathe into it, and allow it to exist without adding commentary. Resistance amplifies suffering. Awareness allows it to flow through you without attachment. Pain becomes a teacher rather than a tormentor. Relationships deepen in the now. When you stop reacting from thought and ego, communication becomes more genuine. You listen without judgment, speak without fear, and connect without neediness. Presence in interactions dissolves conflict and fosters understanding. Others respond to the clarity and calm you emanate. The body is an anchor to the now. Sensations, heartbeat, breathing, movement, all exist in the present. By tuning into the body, you step away from compulsive thinking. Exercise, stretching, walking, or simply feeling your hands can cultivate awareness. The body never lives in the past or future. It is always here. Awareness also illuminates the mind's patterns. Observe how thoughts arise, how emotions follow, and how stories develop. Notice that you are not the actor in these stories, but the witness. This shift is profound. You realize that identification with thought is optional. You are free to observe without becoming trapped. Even joy and happiness are heightened by presence. Many chase happiness externally, seeking achievements, relationships, or possessions. Yet true joy arises naturally when the mind is still. When you are fully present, life itself feels rich, vibrant, and meaningful. Happiness is not in things, it is in awareness. As you cultivate presence, time seems to expand. Moments feel longer, more alive, more textured. You notice subtleties previously ignored. The wind's caress, the light on a wall, the depth of a conversation. Life, when observed fully, is intricate and miraculous. The practice of presence is not a one-time event. It is ongoing, moment to moment. Each time you return to the now, even briefly, you strengthen awareness. Each act of conscious noticing becomes a habit, gradually reshaping how you experience life. Fear diminishes in the now. Anxiety is rooted in imagining the future, regret in clinging to the past. Presence dissolves both. When you are fully here, neither fear nor regret can dominate. Clarity emerges, and you act from a place of wisdom rather than reaction. Even ordinary work becomes meditation when done in awareness. Washing dishes, writing, cleaning, or driving, all are opportunities to enter the now. By attending fully to each action, you engage with life fully, discovering richness in simplicity. The mind may continue to produce noise, but awareness remains untouched. Thoughts may arise, but they no longer command. Emotions may flare, but you observe them without being overwhelmed. This is the freedom that comes from living deeply in the now. The essence of this chapter is simple yet profound. Life unfolds only in the present. By noticing, observing, and fully inhabiting each moment, you step into freedom. You move beyond suffering, beyond identification with thought, and into a direct experience of existence itself. Every breath, every sensation, every interaction is an opportunity to practice presence. Over time, these moments accumulate, creating a profound transformation. Life is no longer a series of distractions and struggles, but a continuous unfolding of awareness, richness, and depth. Step into the now. Notice your thoughts. Observe your emotions. Feel your body. Watch life unfold without interference. In this simple, persistent practice, you discover what has always been here: peace, clarity, and freedom. You are not your mind. You are the awareness in which all life arises. If this journey touched something inside you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe.
The next chapter of The Power of Now is waiting for you. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.